We're going to hit the 16-0 marker, get every game perfectly marked. So we're going to start off this Thursday, Jets Patriots. I'm going to be honest, this might be the worst primetime game of the year. I haven't looked at the schedule, but this game just has the makings of an abysmal game. Two really good defenses take on a below average and a pretty bad offense so far. I am going to take New York though, 16-10. This game's going to be sloppy, it's going to be low scoring, it's going to be boring, but yeah. Up next, we have the Giants going into Cleveland. Giants, that was your best shot at winning, and you lost because you didn't have a kicker. If that doesn't tell you how the season's going to go, I don't know what to tell you. And Browns, nice win. Watson looked not like the worst quarterback in the league, so at least that you have that going for you. So I'm going to take you guys. It's the Giants. Giants are like one of the worst teams in the league. Give me you guys 23-10. Yeah. All right, up next we have the Packers heading into Tennessee. It's a Malik Willis revenge game. I'm honestly shocked of how good the Packers looked last week. Well, their defense. I don't know if that had much to do with Richardson just being bad or the Packers defense looking good. I think it was a combination of both. And the Packers were just able to run the ball. And I think they're going to be able to do the same thing again. I was very skeptical of this Packers team when they lost Jordan Love, but they were running the ball very well, and I don't think they're going to have that much success. It's going to be a really not fun game. It's going to be very low scoring, but Will Levis has been a disaster. He's now had back-to-back games where he had back-breaking, awful turnovers. This man under pressure, if he has a second to try to get rid of that ball, he's making the worst read imaginable under pressure. So I'm going to take the Packers 9-6. Lowest scoring game of the year, maybe. Up next, we have the Bears taking on the Colts. Colts looked so inconsistent last week. Well, they've just been inconsistent. They were inconsistent against Houston. They either were having deep shots that were working very well, or it was an incomplete pass. They weren't really going short. And the Packers were able to defend the deep pass, and the offense looked lost out there. And in terms of Chicago, their interior offensive line is awful. Justin Fields, 36 dropback. No, it's 37 dropbacks. He was pressured on 36 of them. They want, did I say Justin Fields? I meant Caleb Williams. They want their young franchise quarterback to die out there. And I am going to take Indianapolis. I think DeForest Buckner and that incredible D-line is going to eat. But I do need Caleb will throw his first touchdown this week. Give me the Colts, 19-17. Up next, we have the Texans taking on the Vikings. The Vikings can't do it again, right? They just can't. They have played the Niners really well in these last couple of years, but there's no way that they do it again and pull off a big upset. If they do, I'll consider Sam Darnold like legit as a starting quarterback. But you have Jefferson. He's not going to be, even if he does play, he's not going to be 100% healthy for this game. And the Texans' offense has looked really good. The defense looked very good last week. And I think they're going to do enough to win this game. I will keep it close, though. 23-20, Texans win in overtime. Up next, we have the Saints versus the Eagles. The Saints can't keep doing this. This is another team that just can't keep doing it. 40 points per game in the last two games? Are you kidding me? We brush it off because it was Carolina. Carolina's awful. But you do that against Dallas and the Eagles. Oh boy, was that bad. You choked terribly. And honestly, I think it's going to be battle. Who's going to be the better coordinator? Who's going to be the better coach team? And the Saints offensive coordinator has looked amazing. He's made this below average offense last year into something, an anomaly. This is insane what they are pulling off. So I'm going to take them to win 36-30. No, 27. Saints win. They can't keep doing this, but I'm going to predict them to keep doing this. Their offense looks unstoppable right now. Up next, we have the Chargers and the Steelers, two undefeated teams that honestly are a lot worse than what their record would like to make you think. The Steelers, man, one touchdown all year and are undefeated. And in terms of the Chargers, a dominant run game. They haven't been a very fun team to watch. Both of these teams have kind of not played the greatest of opponents. I'm going to take the Chargers, though. This is going to be those games where it's going to be boring. It's going to be low scoring. 16-13 Chargers win. There's not a very good slate of games. And up next for the Buccaneers playing the Broncos. Baker looks great so far. The Bucs coming out that big win, 100% deserved win. They played great. The defense stepped up when they needed to. Baker continues to just look elite for some reason. I remember thinking that he was going to just be a one and done situation in Tampa, but here we are. And Denver, Bo Nix cannot throw the ball down the field, and the Bucks are going to capitalize on that. Todd Bowles knows how to run a defense. Take the Bucks here, blowout win, 30-3. I don't think the Broncos reach the end zone. Up next, we have Vegas at Carolina at Vegas. Why is this week so bad? There's a lot to say about this game. I have thoughts about this game. Just a lot to say. Not really, actually. It's just, this is going to tell us a lot. Bryce Young's not playing. He's been bitch. If the offense looks semi-competent Andy Dalton, we know Bryce is a problem. If it's the same result, then there's a lot more problems than just the quarterback. And in terms of Vegas, good win. Baltimore's a notorious choker. It's a good win. You know what? Let me write off that win. That was a great win. Good job, Vegas. And honestly, just give me Vegas to win. I might not pick Carolina to win a game this year. 35. No, that's too many points for the Raiders. 27-13. Yeah. Up next, we have the Seahawks versus Miami Dolphins. Last week might have been the worst Dolphins game I've ever seen. Actually, no, let's say it was. Not only did we get absolutely smacked around by our most hated rival, it's not even a rivalry at this rate. Josh Allen owns us. Tua gets hurt, and we're going to be running this game with either Skylar Thompson or Tyler Huntley. So, yeah. This is going to be a very telling moment of who Mike McDaniels is as a head coach. But I'm going to take Seattle to win. It hurts me to do that. Seattle wins. I'm not going to say blowout. 17-20. Yeah. I think the Dolphins defense will be able to keep them in the game enough. They haven't allowed a second-half touchdown. And I think the run, A-Chain and Hill will be able to break off some plays. But, yeah, Skylar Thompson's not a serious quarterback. Let's be honest here. Up next, we have Baltimore at Dallas. Baltimore needs to win this game. If you drop to 0-3 Baltimore, we're going to have some serious problems. And Dallas, what the heck was that? Absolutely. You were supposed to be the humbling moment for the Saints, but no. The Saints absolutely dog-walked you for 60 straight minutes in your home stadium. It's actually like, this team makes zero sense to me. You have no run game. CD is your only viable option at receiver. It's really inconsistent for the rest of the part. Dak is fine, but he only has one receiver to throw to. The offensive line did not look great last week. And in terms of the defense, you allowed 44 points to Derek Carr. So for all those reasons, I'm taking Baltimore to win. 30-20 actually. It's gonna be a 10-point win. Up next, we have the Niners going into LA. LA's so banged up right now. Kupp probably won't play. Puka's out. Their offensive line is in complete shambles. Their defense is completely banged up. We saw what happened last week. We saw what the Cardinals did. This is no Cardinal slander. They look great. We're gonna talk about them in a little bit. But the Rams, oh my goodness, a team that I had very high hopes for heading into the year. Injuries are just ruining and ravaging this team right now. So I'm going to take the Niners. Big win for them. They need this bounce back win. 30-10. Yeah, and that touchdown's going to come in garbage time too for the Rams. Next we have Arizona hosting Detroit. Wow, this is going to be a fun game. This is going to be a good game. We saw Arizona's offense last week. Mark finally arrived, going for over 100 yards, and both of them being very impressive plays out of him. He just looked great all around. Kyler looked like the MVP Kyler, the one that 2020 that we were chanting for, MVP. I've been defending that man with my life for the longest amount of time, and it's finally paid off. And in terms of the Lions, it was a rough win. I mean, rough win, rough loss. It seems like a game you should have won, but you bit yourself in the foot. I really don't know who to pick here. I picked Arizona in the upset last week. I'm doing it again. Arizona wins this game, high-scoring game. 31-28. Walk-off field goal for Matt Prater. This is going to be a fun game, though. I think Arizona's offense is looking very elite right now. Kyler is playing great, and as long as he's playing great, I think I'm going to take who I think is the better quarterback here. Kyler's looking like a better quarterback than Goff this year. All right, on Sunday Night Football, why do the Falcons have so many primetime games? We have the Chiefs going into Atlanta, and do I have to explain my logic behind me picking the back-to-back Super Bowl champions, the 2-0 team? Yeah. By the way, did not get bailed out by the refs, regardless of what you say. Whine all about it, wah. No, they didn't get bailed out by the refs. That was PI. But the Falcons, it was a nice win. It was a very nice win. It was an Eagles choke job, but you capitalized on it, so good for you. But the Chiefs are the best team in the league. They're the team to beat right now, and and the Chiefs are a much better coach team, they're not going to make the same dumb mistakes that Philly makes. Plain and simple. And I feel like Steve Spagnuolo is going to dial up enough pressure to make Kirk uncomfortable. He'll probably throw an interception or two. I'm going to lock that in. Kirk throws 2 interceptions, and this is actually going to be Mahomes' best game of the season. Just all around. I feel like Mahomes is going to play great. Regular season, playoffs, he's going to give him a different animal, but this will be Mahomes' best game of the season. I'm locking in 2 pretty outlandish takes. All right, and moving on to the first of the Monday night doubleheader. We have Jacksonville heading into Buffalo. Buffalo looks elite. I don't know how they keep doing this. They continue, regardless of losing pieces, they continue to look great. Josh Allen is great. James Cook had a monster game. The defense, as long as Sean McDermott there is able to just dial up things, and Jacksonville's offense looks so incompetent right now. And we saw what they made Miami's offense look like. Yeah, Jacksonville's offense is worse. So, give me Buffalo. This is going to be a blowout game. 34-13. Buffalo wins. Don't ask me where I get these scores from. I just kind of pulled them off the top of my head. And finally, who put the Commanders on Monday Night Football? That I record these with no prior knowledge of the matchups unless they're like really hyped up. Who put the Commanders on Monday Night Football? This will be the game that no one is watching. Cincinnati in search of their first win against the Commanders. This is going to be a Ja'Marr Chase game. Ja'Marr Chase will be the best fantasy football wide receiver. The Commanders secondary is terrible. They let Malik Neighbors shred them up. That is not Malik Neighbors slander. Even last year, they were the worst secondary in the league by a wide margin, and they're worse this year. And in terms of, I think Jaden Daniels will actually be able to get this team down the field and get them some points. The Bengals defense is not that good, but yeah. The Bengals are going to come out firing, and they're never going to look back. Give me the Bengals. They're going to put up a lot of points. 35-20. Yeah. I still think the Commanders can put up points, though. And, yeah. That's it. That's week 3 NFL predictions. Make sure to click the notification bell. And if you disagree with any of them, tell me in the comments, because I get engagement. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video, and peace out.